What's up, y'all? So, total transparency post. A lot of y'all might wonder why I choose to um, date and why I'm not looking or dating to be in a relationship at this point or right now. Um, why I don't want to get serious yet or be in a relationship, whatever. Um, I've said before that I have been married most of my adult life. I've been married twice. Um, and so that has a lot to do with it, of course. Um, my first, well, first of all, let me say, being in two marriages and not being married at this time, being single again, like I say, I've had two failed marriages, but a lot of my support system, my friends, family be like, don't say failed. And they say it's not on me, but I still take it to heart. I still look at myself, and it messes with me at times hard. So that's why I'm definitely taking time for myself. I have taken time for myself to just sit in it, but also grow from my experiences, learn from them, of course. And yeah, I'm taking my time. If I choose to date, that's where I am right now, is dating a little bit, just trying to get to understand and explore dating because I never, have never really had a chance to do that. But then when I need time for it to just be me and deal with me, explore me, grow myself, like it's all a part of the process for me. And I've definitely taken time to myself. So the first marriage, I was with that person from like the age of 19 to 30 something. We were together for 15 years. And when I love hard. Marriage for me is very serious. I believe in the sanctity of marriage. I believe in the covenant of marriage. And so with that, I really wanted my family intact. We had children, and I wanted that family unit. So I held on for so long, hoped, prayed that things would change for the better, and always just was believing that, okay, this time it's going to be different. Because trust. I had never planned on marrying the person because I knew like the red flags were there from the beginning. But so many things like about me, why I stayed young, naive, gullible, just a lot. And so yeah, I kept, trying to get away, and then I would end up taking them back or whatever. And yeah, so that's why I have videos about red flags, because I would never want anyone to ignore and, do things the way I've done it. Like, if you can avoid having two failed marriages, I admonish you to do that. I encourage you to do that. Like, take time for you, date yourself, learn you, know what you want, and don't want. Just take your time. Don't rush to be in relationships, because it's a lot and it takes a lot, and then you want to make sure that you choose the right person, because I definitely like only wanted to be married once, and I wanted it to work, and I wanted it to be forever. Like when I see other couples that are thriving and did it the right way and have their family units intact. Only been married once, been together for a long time. It might not have always been happy and whatever, but they chose the right partner first and foremost. So that's just so important. And that's, big part of one of the things that I didn't do. And yeah, it messes with me. Like, so yeah, just when I tell y'all some of the things I say, that's why I say what I say. So yeah, the first marriage, together for 15 years. And then I finally got strong enough to say, okay, this ain't it. But it still was hard because I just was like, God hates divorce. And I couldn't. I had a hard time getting to that point. And then I finally did, with the help of God, honestly. I could tell y'all more about that, but probably be another video. And so then after that, of course, I took time to myself, just single for some years, healing, and trying to get over that. And it took a lot because I love hard to get to a place of where I was able to let go. And even in knowing that it wasn't right for me, but still, I realized that I love the person more than I love myself for some of the things that I took off of that person. And I thought that the person loved me more than I loved them. But reflection, I was like, oh wow, I loved him more than he loved me, because even in the end, when it came to separating, he was like, no, just file for divorce. And I'm like, I think we should take time to work on ourselves, and get ourselves together, then come back together, blah blah blah. And he was hurt, so that's what happened with that. And then wanted to go to counseling, all of that kind of stuff. So at some point when I was finally like over it, that's when he was like, let's go to counsel, let's do this. And I was like, no. Like at that point I was done. I had finally got to the point where it's like, no, I'm not dealing with this anymore. So yeah, took time for myself after that. And then I didn't really get a chance to date. I ended up trying online dating, which is how I met my second husband or second person that I was married to. And I wasn't in the right headspace at that time. At that point, I had gotten to a point where I just was like, I want to be in a relationship again. I want somebody, dealing with, I don't know if I was necessarily dealing with loneliness, but you just want that companionship. You look at other people and what they got going on, and it's like, oh, I want to be in a relationship too. So anyway, met the second online. Hadn't really talked to anybody else on there. And he was, I don't know. I liked him from what we chatted about initially, and then moved off the app, talked to each other, went on dates, and that was it. Like I solely dated just him. And quickly he fell in love and started talking about marriage, and I'm like, I'm not ready, to be married. Basically was like, please don't ask. But I was just like, well, he seems decent enough, good guy, husband material. So yeah. I felt like it wasn't, anybody really out there. That was my thinking at that time. And so it's like, well, I don't want to lose somebody that's, a potentially good mate. So anyway, dated, and he ended up proposing, of course, and I said yes. And I just remember, like, I never felt, 100% sure about it. I even prayed and told God, like, God, I'm gonna try this, but if it's anything like what I went through the first time, I'm out. I should have never, thinking like that, I should have never, but hindsight, something I've learned, about myself. So that's why I'm taking my time this time around. Like, I'm not in a rush. I'm not desperate for, to be in a relationship, to have somebody. It just is what it is. And that's why I said I've had the full experience. I haven't had an experience of course, being married and the relationship just being completely successful. We're still together. I would love that. I wish that was my story, but it's not yet. But yeah, so that's why I say the things that I say. Take your time. Don't rush. Look for the red flags. Don't ignore the red flags. I mean, everybody, you've grown, you're an adult, so you're going to do what you want to do. We all have to learn the way we learn. Experience is the best teacher. So I can tell you, share my experience, give you advice, but at the end of the day, you're still going to do what you want to do. When emotions get involved, you listen to your heart or whatever, and mine just kind of like sitting on the sidelines. But yeah. So my phone won't let me be great. I'm running out of storage with all these videos. So I think I shared what I really wanted to share. And if I think of something else, I will make another video and share it. If you have any questions about the things that I've shared, feel like I left out anything, please comment and let me know. Also, just comment and let me know your thoughts about what I've shared, because it's some information that I'm, don't mind sharing, but with the world, that's a different story. But hopefully, it's always to help somebody. That will be the only reason. Not just to be telling y'all my business, but only if it helps somebody else to not, make some of the same mistakes that I've made. Anyway, have yourselves a lovely, wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of your week. And don't forget to like, share if you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you don't, thank you all for watching. Bye.